You found Radio Free Tennessee. Your Tony Basilio show will begin momentarily. Keep it locked in right here at TonyBasilio.com and on your Tony Basilio app. And hey, do us a favor. Spread the word. Another award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show. You found the Tony Basilio stream at TonyBasilio.com or on your smartphone or tablet. Another thrilling, chilling, and sometimes spilling edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Fired up, folky, prepare. My name is Basilio. I'm pumped to be with you on a Tuesday. I want to congratulate Estadios Unidos on their showing in the World Cup. And now let the contenders battle it out. It's kind of the way it was going to be anyway. And I want to shout out the great Matt Dixon today. I want to shout out John Adams, whose absence is presented. Hey. Shout out to the great John Adams, but the better Jennifer Morris. Hey, I love her. She of Keller Williams. She's the best. The great Jennifer Morris. We're here with you. We're breaking it down scientifically. And here we are. Fired up, focused, and prepared. Hey, Brian, the first thing I want to do today before we do anything else, because I want to get into this DGG thing, but I got to ask TGMD his thoughts on Tennessee's uniform reveal. One uniform a day, one look a day. Matt, your thoughts on day one, and are you pumped for the next 3 days?
I mean, they got the orange right. Adidas did, so that's obviously the biggest key, and I think a lot of that was in house anyway. But no, that doesn't look like there's too many changes. Maybe some subtle things, but no, they all look good. So basically, trading a swoosh for three stripes. So not much. I mean, the numbers look a little bit bigger, which is probably good. But yeah, I think they look pretty good for the most part. But I think, and you can probably allude to this more, a lot of this stuff that Tennessee basically had control over what the jerseys look like in all their sports, which is kind of cool. Adidas didn't really have a whole lot of say so in what went into the jersey designs, and that was something I guess Tennessee worked out when they made the switch.
Yeah, so and Adidas has done a similar thing with Penn State, because Penn State and Tennessee are jumping off as part of this new this Adidas initiative to really get into to really get into back into the college market, in a real way. And Adidas is obviously heavily invested here, but they've done a similar thing with Penn State. It's like, hey, we're not going to mess with your tradition. We're not going to, that's a smart thing to do. Now, internally at Tennessee, they've been extremely sympathetic to the criticism that, and people knew that internally that, hey, the Adidas thing is a sensitive deal because Nike's done such a great job, Matt, of convincing people that their stuff's better. That's all it is. It's great marketing. You and I both know, Matt, that for the most part, those clothes are those clothes. And people have a brand loyalty. Some people like the way the Adidas stuff fits and feels better. Some people like the way the Nike feels and fits better. Personally, I don't care what we wear, but I really believe that. And Adam Sparks, I'd like to get him back on at some point this week. He says the Vols have control this year, less control next year. Here's the thing. These shoe companies do not want to get in the middle of doing controversial things unless it's going to move product. But with a place like Tennessee, that's such a heritage brand, the last thing you want to do is do a rollout where the color's bad. Like Adam talked about how they went, and it was great reporting last week, to great lengths to make sure that you got it 150% right. The last thing you wanted to do was have a rollout that looks chintzy. So each day they're going to reveal a uniform. And personally, Matt, the uniform I'm most looking forward to see is the smoky gray. I think that's going to be a great thing, Matt, when we get to see that, aren't you? That we're going to continue to do that nonsense.
I was hoping that was going to go away with the switch back to Adidas, the Butch Jones gimmick. Yeah, I mean, you're doing the dark mode already. But whatever. I'm not. I quit caring about the uniforms a long time ago.
Exactly.
I just want to win. Whatever helps you win, whatever the players want, if it helps you in recruiting or whatever, I guess. And Adidas is helping there. So whatever you do to win, just go beat some teams.
Tony didn't do it. Says 5 minutes in and Tony's already bitching. What am I bitching about, Matt? Did I bitch? Oh, smoky grays. I'm not allowed to have an opinion. But I'll say this, and this ties into today's conversation, because I want to have some fun today with you. And It is an amazing thing, the era we live in. Because everything, like I was talking to my brother last night at dinner, everything is so built on the illusion of communication these days, but we communicate less than we ever have. It's all about community, though, but we have less community than we ever have. These smartphones, we have less community than we ever have with a smartphone. We communicate less than we ever have with these phones. But one thing that I find interesting about our society is that social media, which is neither social nor is it media, really displays a lot. And DGG put a tweet out at 9:26 p.m. yesterday, and it said the following: I didn't say anything. Now, that's a four-word tweet that has garnered close to 150,000 views. Now, that tweet occurred roughly 13 and a half hours ago from an 18-year-old kid, and it has 150,000 views, 187 replies, 137 retweets, 1.6 thousand likes, and 49 people saved it. And the replies, Matt, let's just focus on the replies for a second. In your lifetime, Matt, the number of athletes that you've reached out to on social media is how many, Matt? Let's just game it out here.
That I've reached out to.
Yeah, that you've tweeted at before they signed.
Oh, I've never tweeted at any recruit that, especially before they signed. I would say it's probably less than 5 total.
Okay.
Over what, 15 years of Twitter.
But
certainly nothing negative. It would be like a congratulations or something, definitely nothing negative. Tweeting negative things, especially at recruits, is just ridiculous fan behavior, in my opinion. I don't think you really should tweet them at all, to be honest, but you definitely don't tweet negative things, and just because they don't pick your school or anything like that, which I assume is what you're getting ready to get into.
Well, like somebody wrote here, don't let Unk F up your career. Many players thought they'd have more playing time somewhere else. Go back and see where they were drafted, if at all. Come play with the elite on a national stage with a Buckeye. That's from Justin. Do you, no matter that Tennessee will always be home away from home, I hope I get to see you play for Tennessee next 3 years and we can build a monster team around you. That's from Jordan Dozier. Next guy, how does winning a natty and being a first-round pick sound? If it sounds great, then welcome to Columbus, Ohio. This is from Tiffany. Can I level with you, Canadian to Canadian? You already love Tennessee. And Ohio winners suck, so ... And it goes on and on. Matt, can we pause for a moment about the mentality of people that tweet at these kids when they're making a decision? And can we all wonder aloud? I just want us to wonder aloud as a radio family / community. Do you really think that what you say to these kids in social media means anything to them besides making you look? And I got to choose my words. I got to really choose my words carefully here because I don't want to offend anybody. Pathetic. Groveling. Like fourth class. Small. Any other adjectives come to mind, Matt? What are we doing?
That covers it. I was kind of hoping that after the first couple of years of Twitter and this kind of, because it's a new thing, you can interact with athletes, that maybe some of this would wear off and people would realize that it's kind of really counterproductive to constantly tweet at recruits, especially with negative things. But it certainly hasn't quit. And if anything, it's just kind of continued to grow, unfortunately. One of the cesspools of social media is some of the stuff that gets said to recruits and players even, especially in this gambling era where, they miss a kick or don't have a good game or whatever it is. Don't pick your school. I don't know. It's just really counterproductive in my opinion.
I agree. I mean, now Kiffin's Wreck Lexus says, I used to have a problem with it, with people doing it during pre-NIL, but now with NIL, I have zero problem with it. I think it's the opposite. It made a lot more sense pre-NIL to show these guys love and that, hey, you come to my school because this is what we do and we're fervently. These guys are making business decisions now. I mean, I hate to say this, but do you really think they care about us? I mean, and then people are wondering, what was his tweet about? What was his tweet about? Apparently, a couple people online said that he knows where he's going, right? That's is that the gist of this? Is that what we believe this is about? I mean, I was talking to somebody about it this morning that ought to know, and apparently that's the gist of it, that he knows where he's going. He says, I didn't say that. Here's the thing about recruiting. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really glad that I don't cover recruiting granularly anymore. Because when you're covering recruiting granularly, you're looking for anything that you can find, because that kind of furthers the story. Like yesterday, I gave you some solid stuff, which I wrote in the blog today over at tclub.team, TonyBasilio.com. And the solid stuff is that Tennessee's offer is phenomenal. They're going to reset the market for running backs. They're offering more than Ohio State is, dollar-wise. And that they've also involved Alvin Kamara in it, who this kid really likes. Those are two solid pieces of information. And the family's thinking about sending other relatives for schooling in our area. Now, I don't know how any of that ties into Tennessee or gives them an edge or doesn't give them an edge. I have no idea. But is that what this kid's is this what this kid's replying to, that he hasn't in fact made his decision? Because we've seen a lot of this in the past, right? If you've made your decision, if you've really made your decision, a family member is going to leak that out. That's how this works. Look, it's a competitive business. Breaking news. There are, I don't know how many people are in our fan base total. What would you guys say that number is? Million or so? More than that? I've never even thought about that. But there are a lot of people that are highly interested in this story. Let's say hundreds of thousands conservatively that are highly interested in that story. And a good 500,000 people are heavily invested in what happens here. And so this thing is something we're all interested in. Hey, Matt, you think this thing leaks out before next Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays, 15 days from now? Because there's nothing else really to focus on. You got the uniforms and you got this DGG story. And here's the truth about the DGG thing. This guy could breathe new life into the Heupel era heading into 2027. Bino called it a credibility recruit. I tend to agree with that, Matt. I think this guy is extremely important. You've gotten this far. You're in the final. You're in the final 2. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's the most important recruit of this cycle for sure, and probably since Nico. Just a 5-star, running back that's kind of a plug and play guy out of his plug him into Heupel's offense, where you've had a ton of success with running backs the last couple of years. No, I think it'd be a huge get for Tennessee to get him. Maybe, do you overpay? I guess, but whatever, you overpaid for Nico. Like you have to do that when you're in Tennessee's spot, unfortunately. But no, I think it's a good credibility check, a good way to look at it, and it can really, really help you turn the corner as a program. I think a guy you can build around going forward, especially if Faison kind of hits this year and flashes enough to build on going forward.
Is it more important than Nico to get this kid right now? Or can a running back never be more important than a quarterback in the sport of college football? You could almost argue that if you just think about what 2027 could look like Matt said, if one of these quarterbacks shows a pulse this fall and you throw an excellent running back in the mix and in the hunt with those guys, you better watch out. You better not cry, and you better not pout. I'm telling you why, because Tennessee's going to be back in town. The white uniforms have been revealed. On the other side, Matt's going to look at them. I'm going to look at them. Brian's going to look at them. We're going to respond in real time to the white uniforms. The big white, which I've always loved Tennessee's look in white. I think those are pretty. Has the great Chad Fields chimed in? Commissioner Bockwinkel says, hey, Basilio, Nico wasn't a threat to score anytime he got the ball. That's a good point. Look, we have not seen an elite talent at running back in the Josh Heupel era. Hey, Matt, has he had one since he's been in college? Has Heupel, going back to his Oklahoma days, Matt, ever had an elite player at that position?
I mean, I think Adrian Peterson was at Oklahoma when he was the OC there.
Ooh.
I assume he's had a number of guys at Oklahoma that were pretty good. And then of course, I mean, you're kind of selling the guys that they've had here at Tennessee short. Now,
they're nice players.
They're not superstars. They're not great players. They're kind of
nice players.
NFL running backs.
Yeah,
that's still pretty dang good in the scope of things. And Heupel made those guys into NFL. Like, they developed those guys. It's not like those guys were highly ranked 4 and 5 star. Like Dylan Sampson and
agree. Jalen
Wright were like 3-star guys, kind of throwaway recruits in your class that you developed into NFL running back. But no, you haven't had a superstar type guy like this. No, it really could open up some possibilities for you. It will be intriguing to see if Tennessee does get him, how he's utilized, because it would be a new wrinkle of Heupel's offense and the evolution of Heupel's offense that he's never really had to play with before.
And imagine in 15 days that kid chooses Tennessee. Even Heupel's haters, the negatives of the world, will see this guy in a different light. Here's what happens if the kid chooses Ohio State. I'm just going to keep it real with you. A bunch of people won't cross over to negative. That's reality. That's the razor thin margin that Southeastern Conference coaches exist on. And that's not just Josh Heupel, it's everybody. But when you're in your 6th year and we've seen your magic tricks and you got an opportunity to land a shiny object, and this is a shiny, uniforms are great. Hey, listen, Danny White, I'm all for uniform. We're going to talk about the white uniform on the other side. Uniforms are great. I love uniforms. Okay? I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. We'll do it on the other side. I'm more worried about who's in your uniforms, Dr. Danny. That's what we're really concerned about. Because when you get a DGG and you get a couple of those people, all of a sudden we can start thinking of ourselves, and that's why Tennessee's gone all in on him. They know this. Now, because they've gone all in on him, doesn't guarantee anything. Columbo reached out to me today and said, I'm afraid we're going to be a bridesmaid in this thing, Tony. He said, my people around here at Ohio State say they've been on him for 5 years. I said, okay. Certainly Tennessee has made this kid think. Certainly Tennessee has laid their cards on the table. Certainly Tennessee has gotten to third base. And he looks like he's, at one point it looked like he had a pretty good lead. Might even steal home. So here's the thing. Somebody just said in the comments, well, he commits in a couple weeks. You guys will have us winning a national championship. Let me ask you something. Okay? I'm just being honest here. What's wrong with people enjoying it? Hey, Matt, what's wrong with in 15 days he commits and our fans start having these visions of playing in major playoff games, 2 or 3 rounds deep? What's wrong with that, Matt? You going to blame our fans, Matt, for doing that?
Always got to have hope.
Of course.
Always gotta have hope, especially in
That's
this
the
NIL
point.
era. You gotta have hope from people with deep pockets,
right?
And they have to have belief in your program.
And by the way, another person said, well, Basilio's already setting it up and going to blame the fans. I've never blamed the fans for anything in my life, you maroon. And I mean ever. That ain't me. Let me tell you something. I love the fans. I am a fan. I don't sit here, well, I'm in the media, and and the I don't have a disregard for the fans. I love the fans. Well, Tony's already saying, these people. I said both fan bases. I read stuff from Ohio State fans and Tennessee fans in our opening. And both fan bases. And listen, leave these kids alone. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. (865-200) 5402. I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm with the Crave Dog. Tennessee gets this guy on Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays. Buddy, this show will sound like we won something. And I asked Matt Dixon, I asked Brian, I ask anybody listening, what's wrong with that? Hey, we live in a world that can be rough, that can be mean, that can be extremely cynical. Why not have some hope? Why not take your orange, put it on that day, and celebrate the fact that it is what it is? Here's the thing. I do believe this, though, okay? In 2 weeks, the Negadaves of the world could cross over, or the people that are kind of on the fence about Heupel, and I don't know if it's fair to him, because this Ohio State thing, I do think they've been involved with this kid since he was in middle school. I really do believe that, like what Columbo's saying. But our fan base is going to point at Heupel and go, you can't get that kind of kid. You're not a great recruiter. It's not going to be fair if they don't get him, but that's what they're going to say. But he's making $10 million. I mean, he's a big boy. He can take the heat. But he'll get the heat. So here's a question for you. What do you think about the uniforms? And what's your sense of this DJG thing? And should people interact with these people on social media? I say, Bino, Jeff, leave them alone. Provo, loan. 865-200, 5402. And I also want to shout out my man Cam Schneider. Brian, did he call that game on the dot last night? Or did he call that game on the dot?
Pretty much. He's called every game on the dot.
They came out and attacked the U.S. like they were mad at us. And we stood there on defense like we've never been on a field before. That was an embarrassing performance from the United States last night.
They set the tone physically, and they never let up, and the United States was scared to sort of step in there and because they were afraid they were going to get popped.
And I also want to shout out Sean Sinclair, who said, hey, look, I love Christian Pulisic. He's a nice story. He's your Pennsylvania boy, Tony. Here's the deal. He couldn't play in the Premier League because it was too physical for him. And that's exactly what happened in that game last night. He didn't want any. How about his not coming back, Brian, on that first goal and allowing that guy a wide open look at it? And then he almost allowed a second goal. And then he gave possession up like 4 times in the first half because he didn't want it. He didn't want any.
he's been given a kind of like a 5-star kid who was given, for some reason, a lot of accolades that really weren't, he could never live up to, which I don't know if that's his fault, but he's just not what they want him to be. He's never been that. He'll never be that. This is what he is. And he's hurt so much, and he's thinking about getting hurt again. And he missed half this World Cup because he had some type of injury. So he's just not available, even when he's, he's kind of average when he is.
And he mercifully went off the field last night after getting kicked. I got to say, though, the play that embodies United States soccer more than any in this era, in the World Cup, is, Matt, when that goalkeeper went out to play that ball and kicked and got nothing but turf. How many times in that kid's life you think that kid has kicked the ball? You want to talk about pressure and what it does to athletes? I would bet you that guy's kicked the ball, I don't know, 5 million times? What would a safe number be for a guy like that, Bri? Playing that sport all his life, hours at a time. He caught nothing but turf, Bri. He swung and he missed. And then the Belgian player couldn't believe the ball was there. He did not pop the ball up. I guess Ream was back there. Was it Ream? He had a shot at the ball, and it kind of went through him. It was the most U.S. soccer goal of all times.
It just kind
all
of
times.
Compare them and Cape Verde and how Cape Verde never played scared for 1 second. And then you saw what the U.S. did last night. Just completely the opposite.
Yep. But I got to say this. Here's another question for you to answer as a caller. Now that the U.S. has been eliminated, are you going to be like Jim Robb said? He said, I'm really glad that our quad-annual obsession with soccer is over now for another 4 years. Or are you going to continue to watch the tournament? Brian, will you watch the 2 games today?
Oh, yeah. And this weekend, too.
How about you, Matt? Are you done watching it now, or will you still look at it?
I'll have it on if I don't have anything else to do. But it's not like appointment TV for me. Granted, it hadn't been the whole time anyway, but.
There are so many great stories in it. England hadn't won one since 1966. That's a great story. I'm probably going to cheer for the winner of England and Norway. Although the Cuervo goal defined Colombia, it'd be fun to see them win, but they won't. Argentina is lots of fun, but I agree with Hey Jude. It was a great run for the U.S., but the great games are getting ready to crank up right now. I'm going to tell you something. A couple of these matches are going to be, when they get to that next round, that's where the big boys play. And England has some big boys.
The U.S. took a nice step this year, but there's still a big gap between where they are and what they have to do to be among the elite teams. Yeah, Belgium is not elite. What's really kind of interesting is Belgium was better 12 years ago. The United States wasn't as good 12 years ago, but that was a game for 120 minutes.
Well, the way the U.S. played last night, that was the equivalent of a football game where you turn a ball over 5 times. That's all that was. And by the way, when you turn a ball over 5 times in a football game, the sport we enjoy, you're going to get blown out by a decent opponent. I mean, when you play that badly in your back end, you're that loose, and you have 0 chance. 0 and -0.
That's what everyone feared would get them eventually, is their defensive, especially behind everything, is probably not up to snuff, even though they've improved offensively. It just kind of maybe made you feel that the only way they were going to score was the set piece, the way they did.
Boy, that kid is a special player too.
Where you're just not being closely guarded by a Belgian player. You've got a free kick.
Yeah, that looked like some lost in the 90s stuff last night with the way we were popping balls up and the goalies coming out and getting it. And that was our attack for years and years and years, just popping balls up off the wing. Anyway, so here we are. Fired up, focused, and prepared. DGG, do you believe it's okay to talk to these guys on social media? Or do you agree with me and Matt? Because, Matt, your take on a guy like this is you leave him alone, right?
Yes. Yeah. Don't tweet it. I mean, if you want to tweet at him when he commits to your school, I mean, I guess that's all right.
Whatever. Definitely
none of the negative stuff and none of this stuff while he's not officially committed anywhere. Just leave it alone. Don't tweet at him. It doesn't do any good.
No, you're not impacting anything.
Stuff like that.
No. He's looking at it going,
especially in this era where if you finish second for somebody out of high school, that might, come back to help you in 2 or 3 years. We kind of saw that with Cade Mays and when he went to Georgia and bounced back. I mean, there's a chance that stuff like that pays off down the road. So you don't want to burn any bridges, even though I'm not sure how much, fan reaction on social media matters ultimately, but it's just not a good look. It's just not a good thing to do. Be a good person.
Pathetic. It's pathetic. Not only is it not, I'm sorry. It's pathetic to do that.
Yeah, don't tweet at recruits. Get in the YouTube chat and just blast Tony from 11 to 1 every day.
Brief timeout. Saltyval, I think, said it best. And Jay Ezzy, you need to deal with this. You and my Kentucky fans listening. U.S. Soccer, the Kentucky Wildcats of the world, football world, or the soccer world, or the kickball world. And Crave Dad 16's got it right. Grown men don't need to tweet at kids anyhow. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I'm not trying to be mean about this, but it is so pathetic to tweet at those kids. I'm sorry. It is pathetic. It's the only adjective I can come up with. It's pathetic. I mean, get a hobby, do something. Tweeting at a kid? Choose my school. We'd look great in orange. Yeah, I already know that, buddy. I know I look great in orange. Thanks. I like those, Matt. You would look great in orange. It's almost like, that's almost creepy. That sounds like something Phil Mickelson would tweet at somebody. Gah! I mean, we come back on the other side. See, that was like 10 minutes ago. I promised that, Bri. Man, I have a bad habit of that.
Life
you know what
never
I need?
Stops moving. And between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, weekly soccer practice, Tuesday night yoga, X number of coffee runs, and that weekend trip to grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up. A tire designed for doers. A tire that's going to last. Like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety and comfort you expect, you can forget all about the miles ahead and focus on getting to your destination or conquering your to-do list. Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. That's Fleet Tire, I-275 exit 1B at East Woodland Avenue in Knoxville. Fleet Tire.
He doesn't always drink beer, but when he does, he definitely prefers Dos Equis. That's right. The most interesting man in the world has returned, and he's more interesting than ever before. His phone is addicted to him. All of his teeth, all are wisdom teeth. So raise a Dos Equis to the man, the myth, the legend. And remember, stay thirsty, my friends. Dos Equis, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires, just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate. Look your best. Get some new Tennessee gear from Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall has the best selection. Top brands for you to choose from this season. Look, it's nice and warm outside. So get into any of their 6 air-conditioned East Tennessee locations. Shop online, download the app, grab your Tennessee baseball jersey, your hat, your decal, maybe a t-shirt, and they have so much more. Earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Go Vols and shop Alumni Hall, your ultimate Tennessee shopping destination. Touch them all with Alumni Hall. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet. Garza Law. Fifth quarter fan reaction. Fan reaction. As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
With Gary Sturm. He's with Mortgage Investors Group, making our community a better place every day. Gary, you've been at it 32 years, man.
Yes, Tony, I've been at Mortgage Investors Group for 32 years. We've known each other since, back in the 80s, right?
And we've gotten to know each other recently as our family has gotten involved with another mortgage. Through that whole process, you were a prince, just like Jeker. When he called you at 3 o'clock in the morning after a Tennessee loss, you've been giving your phone number out for a couple decades. And why is that, Gary?
This is the biggest financial decision you're ever going to make. You don't want to trust somebody online, some 800 number. You want to call somebody like myself that's going to give you my number, and you can call me anytime. I'm there to help you. I'm there to help you and your family, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your trust in me. You can call me anytime. You can be like Jeker and call me at 2 a.m. and complain about the Vols just like he did. I'd rather you call me about a mortgage, but that's okay. If you want to cry about the Vols, we can do that too. I'm a Vol at heart. You know that. And if you want to come in and meet with me face-to-face, I'm here. If you want to do it online, I'm here. That's fine. If you're curious if you can qualify to buy a house, people know the housing market's tough. That's what I'm here for. There's no obligation. You can call me anytime. I get you pre-qualified. Or maybe you've got a mortgage and you're thinking about refinancing. Maybe you want to shorten the term. Maybe you want to go to a 15-year. Who knows? But again, that's what I'm here for. It's what I've been here for 32 years. My number is 865-660-2648. It's 865-660-2648.
Gary Sturm at Mortgage Investors Group, going to take great care of you.
Got a plumbing or HVAC problem at home? Whether it's an AC that won't cool, a furnace acting up, a clogged drain, or a water heater problem, Pipe Wrench Home Services is ready to help. Right now, get 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair when you schedule service with Pipe Wrench Home Services. Our licensed technicians are equipped to diagnose the issue, explain your options, and get the repair done right the first time. Don't let a small problem turn into a major headache. That strange noise from your air conditioner, the water heater that's not keeping up, or the drain that keeps backing up won't fix itself. The longer you wait, the bigger the problem can become. At Pipe Wrench Home Services, we make repairs simple with friendly technicians and fast, reliable service that you can count on. We'll arrive ready to identify the problem and get your home back to normal as quickly as possible. Take advantage of 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair and schedule your appointment today at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. Restrictions may apply. Eligible for repairs up to $5,000. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
I'm over on the socials, ladies and germs, looking at Tennessee's new white uniform reveal. And I got to say, it's pretty sparse, but it's pretty Spartan. Sparse and Spartan, Matt. That's how I would describe that. I love the number. If you'll notice, if you look at it, Matt and Bri, the 14... The 4 is a little bigger than the 1, which is kind of a cool look in terms of width. But I love how sparse that uniform is. There's not a ton going on with it. That's a nice looking uni, man.
We've gone back to the block numbers on the uniforms.
I love block numbers.
Pre-Butch Jones.
Yes.
We don't have
those
that computerish thing they
exactly.
had before.
Those are pretty, man. That's a very good catch, Bri. Very pretty. Very pretty. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, that's the biggest change is the numbers. It's bigger. That weird number font that Nike used, I was never really a fan of. Plus, it was kind of difficult to actually read the numbers sometimes. So, yeah, I like the new look. Kind of I guess the ones today are kind of that the Stormtrooper ones. Doesn't look like there's anything down the pants. They're just like solid white. So I assume they have some orange pants or orange breeches that they can go with that. But it's a really good look, clean look. Basketball jerseys look basically the same as they have the last couple of years, just the all white. So yeah, good. Nice reveal. Keep it subtle. There's no real need to get flashy or anything with them.
The block numbers look more physical.
I agree with that, Brian.
They look
that
more
looks like
physical.
a football uniform.
Yeah, they look like they're going to mash you, and the other uniform, the other numbers just look kind of, I don't know, finesse-y.
Yep, I agree with that, Brian. The basketball uni, Matt, describe it for the living listener, what you see with the basketball uni.
Well, it's just all the white with some orange trimming, just Tennessee and Volunteers across the front with number in between. It's just a really clean look. We kind of had similar type jerseys here in the past, but no, it's a nice look.
Your thoughts on the?
I think it's Juke Harris that's showing.
What is it?
Off. I think it's Juke Harris wearing those. I think.
Wow.
Maybe.
865-200-5402. I've got to say, job well done through 2 days. Those are excellent. Personally, I'm ditching the smoky gray. That's a Butch Jones gimmick, but I don't know. People like them. And I'm not here to tell anybody what to like or what not to like, but I will give my opinion. Brian, are you a smoky gray guy?
Well, as long as you don't have to see him very often.
Here's my thing with the smoky gray. It's hideous looking, for one thing. Secondly, they pretended like we had some kind of canon that we figured out back in like 1910 or something, and they made up some goofy thing about how they found out that, and this is, we're rewriting, and they just rewrote history. Because Goofy Butch wanted gray uniforms. And that's okay. If you want gray, wear gray uniforms.
He wanted Team 117 to look good in gray.
Here's my thing. here's my thing, and then we'll get Brian in here on our high noon hotline.
Here's my up and down the field.
Well, here's my thing. If you're going to wear whatever you want to wear, win. You can wear the Phillies. The Phillies have a softball uniform they wear on Friday night. That's like light blue and yellow. It's the ugliest damn thing in the world. And I've had some friends in Pennsylvania where I'm at right now. They buy them, and I'm like, okay. I mean, you want to wear like a softball uniform around? More power to you. Looks like beer league softball. And if that floats your boat, that's what floats your boat. It's stupid. But at the end of the day, if you win, who cares? Let's get Brian in here. I really, really, really like what Adidas has done here. Brian, welcome in. You're on the air.
Hello there, Tony. Matt.
Hey, Brian.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm an old guy. You know, I don't act old, but I think old, and I can't stand any other uniform other than orange and white. You play orange and white at home, white on the road. You can have a combination with orange pants and white jerseys on the road. And if you're playing a big game, you might play an all orange at home. But none of the smoky gray or the blackout. That's just how everybody calls me an old man for thinking like that. I don't understand why teams have all these alternate uniforms. But you got to say that in one of the greatest teams in college football history, which I hate, Alabama, they don't do that. So why do we? I can't understand it. Other than it's to make money, selling different uniforms.
Hey, Matt, has Alabama played around with their uniform at all or no?
Not really. There was one time they did something with like houndstooth within their numbers or something, but I mean, not really. They don't. I don't think
Penn
USC
State
does anything with theirs, but like
no,
Michigan
USC
does.
doesn't.
Georgia
Notre
rarely
Dame,
does.
Yeah, Georgia doesn't, but they wear the black. Like Notre Dame's got the green ones that they wear, but that's about it.
Yeah, but Notre Dame's been doing that since the 60s. They've been playing one game a year in green.
You're right. That Dan Devine. Yeah, that you're right. I just don't like the gray. I don't think it's flattering. I don't mind Tennessee wearing a black uniform every once in a while, like the kids like to do. The gray is, to me, looks like you're wearing pajamas or something, or gray sweatpants. I mean, I'm looking down to Walmart today, get me a pair of gray sweatpants, for like $9.99 or something. I mean, it's just not interesting.
Let me say, when I was a kid, Tennessee always played in their orange jerseys home and away. And when we played Texas in the 69 Cotton Bowl, since Texas was the home team, they got to wear their burnt orange, and they made us wear white jerseys and white football pants. You probably don't remember that, but I do. And I thought, oh, that's ugly. I was only 10. And we haven't played them since then, so I sure hope we can return the favor and just beat the fire out of them when they come up to visit us.
Well, and by the way, in terms of just fooling around with the uniform again, I don't mind as long as it looks okay. I've made peace with it. The Phillies uniform is totally ugly. The biggest lie, Brian, about all this is that we do this for the kids. They don't do this
that's all I ever hear. That's for the players. They don't.
You know what they're doing it for? Because people will go out and buy the different look. That's the whole reason that you think MLB is doing it for the players? You think those players could care less what they're wearing as long as you're paying them the money they're paying.
Going into their bank account.
That's exactly right. This whole lie that we're doing it for the recruits. No, you're not. Yeah. You're doing it for money. Answer me this. If it was all about the recruits, why does Alabama, as you say, Alabama down through the years, like people say, well, they've had a white helmet. And of course, down through history, you've always had a little alteration or whatever. I mean, there was a time where Tennessee didn't have the Power T on the side of their helmet. I mean, obviously, things start somewhere. But
Dickey brought that in.
That's right, 60 years ago. The point is this, though.
Yeah.
The point is Alabama didn't go putting a black jersey in when Saban was getting all those players. If that's what that was about, they would have been doing it. But obviously, that's not what it's about. It's obviously about we want to sell you different merchandise in different colors, and the kids are going to act as fashion plates. That's what they are. So, and that's what we're doing. And listen, again, that's okay as long as you win. But wear something decent looking. Those smoky gray things are hideous looking. They're awful. For our school, for our colors, for who we are, how cool this fan base is, those things are hideous looking. No offense to Walmart. But if I wanted to go buy a pair of $10 Walmart, and they're, hey, if you want to work out or paint in those things or, go roll around in the mud, that's a great thing to do. Go get you a pair of $9 gray sweatpants. That's what they look like. That's what they look like.
I might be prejudiced, but our home uniforms are as good looking as the uniforms in college football, I think. Them in UCLA have beautiful uniforms, I think. And you like the UCLA uniform, don't you?
Our uniforms are without a doubt absolutely beautiful. It's one of the things that drew me when I was literally a half mile from where I'm at right now. First night I saw and really fell in love with the Vols during that Sugar Bowl team.
Miami game?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was halftime of Penn State and Oklahoma. We were having a Penn State watch party at my house. We flipped that game on at halftime, and brother, that changed my life. Never been the same.
Well, welcome aboard, buddy. I'm glad you're here. Hey, I'm going to go a little Titan Bill on you here.
Hit it.
You do that commercial about the most interesting man in the world. Most of your listeners are too young to realize that he was a regular from the 60s on episodic television. From Perry Mason to Westerns to you name it, he was on it. Mannix, Mission Impossible. His name was Jonathan Goldsmith. He's almost 88 years old. And
that guy's 88 years old?
He's 80. In September, he'll be 88.
The guy in that commercial?
Yeah.
I want some of what he's smoking.
Yeah, well, he's got some pretty good genes in him. But let me go a little Titan. Hey, Tony. Hi, Matt. Even you, Brian Hartman.
Brian, I give you
a bunch of useless information about it.
I love that. The most interesting man in the world is 87 turning 88. Dos Equis, stay thirsty, my friend. Hey, Shepard, give me a little John Ward on the way out.
From Knoxville, Tennessee, this is John Ward. We love our new Adidas uniforms. How about you, Bill?
Well, John, it's about pretty good there. It's about as good as any I've ever seen there, John. That's all I'm going to say about it there.
Thank you, Bill, and we'll be back with the Tony Basilio Show in just 1 minute.
Thank you. It's incredible. Great job by you. And a great Titans Bill impression. Matt, we ought to do a show one day in the summer, which we're in the summer, where we encourage people to call in and imitate Titans Bill. 865-200-5402. I asked Matt, I asked Brian on the other side.
Weeds.
Oh, no, that won't get too in the weeds. I can ask Matt, can ask Brian on the other side. Give me your three, you can't choose Tennessee, 3 favorite college football uniforms. Your 3 favorite. I'll give you mine. You give me yours in honor of this reveal. And also 865-200-5402. Great job, Brian. You are getting it going. Steve Parker says 88 and still drinking Dos Equis. He's got respect. Hey, listen. That cat looks great, man. Stay thirsty, my friends. Stay thirsty, my friends. By the way, I want to shout out my friends. Speaking of my friends, I didn't say anything, but I do want to remind you that if we need to, we're going to have a high noon overtime today. High Noon's hard line of seltzers, always a winner, always next level. High Noon Vodka Seltzer comes in 14 flavors, real vodka, real fruit juice, only 100 calories, no sugar added, gluten-free. Black cherry pineapple, excellent, 14 flavors. I mean, that's as many bad takes probably as I had that hour. I don't like those smoky grays. But High Noon's always a great idea. And if you're feeling adventurous, check out High Noon Tequila Seltzer, 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite this week with the reveal, Blood Orange. 21 and over, you must drink responsibly. High Noon Spirit Company. 21 and over to enjoy responsibly. Let's come back on the other side. 865-200-5402. I want to hear from you. Get in the mix and in the hunt with us, and get in the hunt and in the mix with us. As we continue, I'm going to give you my 3 favorite unis. I want yours. And this is the truth, right? When one of these teams is on, I will stop and just watch the game just to see their uniform. That's how cool I think the uniform is. And here's the thing. I'm not like a big design guy. Like the great Barry Armstrong, I shout him out. The great Steve Parker, I shout him out. You know, these guys love design and design things, and that's great. But that said, things that are aesthetically appealing, you just want to look at. And for instance, I went to a spring training game for when the Phillies played the Detroit Tigers. And I've never been among Tiger fans. There is something about that Tiger logo. When I look at it, I wish I was a Tiger fan. Brian, is there a Major League Baseball uniform like that for you? Or a logo where you look at it and go, the Tigers logo to me is so next level looking. I love the Tigers uniform, the hat. And somebody had a jersey and they had that big, huge logo across a button down jersey. And man, it was beautiful.
I like the interlocking STL on the Cardinals logo. That's always kind of been rather interesting.
The interlocking STL along with the bat and the cardinal that sits on top of the bat is just so iconic and beautiful. Just beautiful, Earl Anderson. Shout out to your Cardinals. We come back and we'll get Matt's 3 favorites, Bry's 3 favorites, my 3 favorites in honor of Tennessee's uniform reveal as we continue on the other side. And by the way, Smoky Gray, not here to start anything. People say, well, he's complaining. I hate it. Look, we've just moved to a new shoe company. Let's get that nonsense out of here. Was that done under Nike, Matt, or Adidas? Smoky Gray. What was it done under, Matt, the Smoky Gray?
It was first done under Adidas. It was 13. I believe it was 2013.
God, that was the old days, though. Yeah, that was the old days.
Adidas was in 2013 and 14.
This is the new Adidas. Continue with more after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tona B, inviting you to experience the Collins Insurance difference. And what's that? How about multiple top carriers that you can trust? Like Erie. They underwrite our entire Rainier studio and everything around it. Travelers, Hartford,
Hanover, Progressive. We do what's right because we care. In today's technology-driven world, maintaining the human touch, Bruce Springsteen, is one of our main focuses. We deliver the best customer service humanly possible. We give you someone that you can actually call or sit in front of. Imagine that. No call centers here. Experience the Collins Insurance difference. Check them out at collinsinsuranceTN.com, and they're Mrs. B approved. Collins Insurance. TB with a few serious questions. You feeling tired? Foggy, you gaining weight, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore? Hormone therapy is finally becoming mainstream, but it's truly something my man, Dr. Tom Rogers, has been doing for over 20 years. Dr. Rogers at Performance Medicine wants you to feel your best, and he treats both males and females. So guys, we can do this as a family. At Performance Medicine, hormone therapy is personalized to you. If you're dealing with hot flashes or mood swings or low energy, decreased libido, fatigue, muscle loss, stubborn weight gain, it might be time to find out what your body really needs. No shame in this game. You can do something about all the above. Performance Medicine offers customized hormone treatment plans based on comprehensive lab testing with options like pellets, creams, patches, oral medications, and injections. The goal is simple. Help you feel like yourself again. Next level. Make your life better. Take it to the higher plane. Visit performancemedicine.net. Schedule your consultation today. You'll feel your best with Performance Medicine.
Big news, Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition, top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got two locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
Growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org. And both locations, we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Like our 2026 football Vol, score a T3TD every time with T3 Vodka, Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. Right here, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Quality around here isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. And T3's filtered 10 times. 80 proof of vodka delivering a smoothness unmatched. This dedication to excellence has earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades, like a 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka and your SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner as well. Whether you're sipping it neat, on the rocks, mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Be like Maury Hanks. Score a T3TD. Ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, and score a T3TD all 2026 long. Tennessee's Premium Vodka, T3, Tennessee's Premium Vodka, distributed by Empire Distributors of Tennessee. TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Nothing makes you realize how much you rely on your air conditioner like a scorching hot day in East Tennessee. You want more than a technician. You want someone you can trust. Schedule Pipe Wrench's $79 AC tune-up now because the heat is here. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune your HVAC system to help it run efficiently and reliably while reducing the risk of breakdowns when you need it most. And while we're there, we can also recommend ways to improve your indoor air quality for cleaner, healthier air throughout your home. For more than 20 years, homeowners across Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and surrounding communities have trusted Pipe Wrench Home Services for dependable comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left waiting when comfort matters most. Schedule your $79 AC tune-up today at PipeWrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer valid on standard systems only. Visit PipeWrench.com for details.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. In honor of the uniform drop, and I think, by the way, Adidas and the University of Tennessee, kudos to whoever's doing that inside Tennessee's athletic department. A really wonderful 2 days. Great. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, the show of record gives you two major thumbs up. 2 days in a row, two major thumbs up. Those uniforms look terrific. That road uni today is sparse and Spartan. I agree with Brian. The numbers make it look like a formidable, tough. It's got a very football look to it. The basketball uniform is essentially not trying to reinvent the wheel. And I agree with Matt too. I think that the numbers make the uniform stand out. So kudos to everyone involved. Really great job. Before we go to Matt's favorite 3 uniforms, Brian's 3 favorite uniforms, my 3 favorite uniforms, we have got to get Boy Yams in the mix and in the hunt with us. Boy Billy, welcome in. How you doing, brother?
Hey, it's Boy Billy on the Basilio show, Tom.
What's up, Boy Billy?
Hey, my 3 favorite uniforms: Farragut Home Whites, Farragut Road Blues, Farragut Alternate Silvers. These new jerseys, you know, it is what it is. My opinion, checks over stripes. I saw a picture of these guys working out the other day in the, you know, whatever indoor facility. Looked like they was dressed in a bunch of little $29.99 Adidas you can get at Payless Shoes or something like that. It's not a good look for recruits seeing that when they're looking at the Instagrams or coming on a visit, man. It's just my 2 cents. I'm in the industry, so I know what I'm saying.
Well, you're the man, brother. What can I say? You're the man.
Hey, and I got a question. I have a logistics question. This is a little off topic, but I was real curious. I know you do that call-in show after the game every day or whatever, for the home games and all that. When's the last time you went to a home game, man? Because you're always on the air like 2 minutes.
I don't. Yeah, I can't go to football games. Yeah.
When's the last time you went to one though, man?
Oh, I don't know. I've been doing that show 10 years, maybe 10 years. I don't know.
Man, I mean, you think you'll ever go to one?
I'm not a big crowd guy. Like I get anxiety sitting in crowds. So I enjoyed my going to football game days. Yeah, that's beyond me. As long as I'm doing that post game stuff. But I'll go to like other sporting events. Like I'll go to baseball games. I don't know the last time. I'm doing them after every basketball game too. I don't know the last basketball game I've been to. Now that I think about it,
Kind of funny, this thing that you love more than anything in the world, your profession's kind of pulled you away from it a little bit in a way, you know? Interesting, man.
No, in a lot of ways, Billy, it's immersed me more in it because doing what I do, I kind of think connects me to the fan base and all that post game stuff. Though it is time consuming and taxing, has been a wonderful experience. It really has.
I mean, I hear you on that, Tom, but, you know, when you talked about, you know, when your life was changed and you was in Neyland Stadium, you see all the people from all different walks of life and everybody's in there and you're looking left and looking right and cheering on the team, and that experience in person, the human experience and how much it meant to you and how much it changed your life. And, you know, you're Tony Basilio. You bring something to that 100,000 people, man. People need you in there every once in a while to bring your gusto, man.
Not really. More people would tell you I bring something to the post game deal. I just think doing that has turned into quite a life.
Agreed. All right, I'm getting my 10,000 in town. I'll holler at you.
Thank you, my brother. So Billy likes Farragut. Those are his uniforms. He chose not to participate today. Matt, somebody has a good idea before we get into this uniform racket. And there are so many great ones in college football. I'm having trouble stopping at 3. But why don't we, now that we're in the color era, why don't we allow these teams to wear their uniforms against each other? Why do the road teams have to be in white these days, Matt? We're no longer doing black and white television. It's a great idea, isn't it? As long as the colors aren't too similar or on top of each other. I've always thought Tennessee and Alabama would look incredible on the field together. Not in white, but that color together on the field.
I agree. Just one of those archaic NCAA rules from the the black and white TV era that just never, for whatever reason, was never updated and never really been a push for it. There has been maybe about 10 years ago or so, there was a little bit. I think UCLA and USC have done it, but it's beyond time for teams to be able to wear, whatever jerseys they want, home and or away, regardless of the color, as long as, like you said, they don't clash.
Yeah. Smokey Vol said he thought I went in with the Amachi kids for after the tailgate. No, we actually, with the tailgate, we wait till well after kickoff to get out of there because we're kind of cleaning up. We've got all kinds of responsibility on that day. Which brings me to this. I need the audience's help. We've circled the Kennesaw game for the Amachi tailgate for the kids this year. For those of you that just found the program, what that is it's a day each year where several of you will donate your tickets. And this goes for children that have one or both parents who are incarcerated. It's a mentoring program. My son's sweet girlfriend's been a part of that program for about 3 years now. And they do incredible work. Amachi does incredible work. And I'm really proud of them. And it's been a great thing. So we could use I'm going to post tomorrow and I'll have it up there, the address on where to send the tickets, but I'll have it up there tomorrow. It's pretty amazing what they do with the Amachi program. So go to the phones, 865-200-5402. Dave said 1967 Alabama-Tennessee football game. Alabama in red, Tennessee in orange. Yeah, I mean, why don't we bring that back? I mean, what's the point? Didn't LSU get a waiver or grant a waiver a few times? Weren't they able to do that? Or am I mistaken? In some games?
Well, LSU wears their white jerseys at home most of the time.
That's what I thought. There you go.
The one non-conference game a year, they wear the purple and gold, which is one of the 3 on my list. But yeah, they oddly wear their white jerseys at home.
I knew that was I knew there was some kind of mixed snafu where LSU gets a special
LSU
dispensation.
doesn't have a gold jersey, do they? A yellow jersey? I've never seen one. It's just white.
No, come to think about it, I've never seen it either. Boy, that would be pretty. Gold jersey on LSU with that purple. All right, Matt Dixon, you throw out your first, and then Brian throws out his first, and then I throw out my first. Brian, what you got?
Did the LSU purple and gold ones that they wear. Again, they only wear it like once a year, usually a nondescript non-conference game. But I think it's a great color scheme, and I wish they'd wear those more often.
Brian Hartman, what you got?
I like North Carolina's just straight powder blue and white. No black or no none of that alternate blue they put in there sometimes. Just the straight up powder blue and white against each other.
I generally, I'm somebody that doesn't notice things like uniforms, and generally I'm somebody that wears kind of boring stuff. I'm not really a clothes guy, so I'm not a noticer of uniforms, so to speak. But I have to say that UCLA's home uniform is just, without a doubt, something that's utterly gorgeous. And many of their games, we see those afternoon games that are there. when we're kind of in the throes of November and December and cold days and short days, and you watch one of those late afternoon kickoffs there, and with the time delay, it's generally a sunny day. It just looks so almost utopian. The time of the year when you see them on the field, they're just beautiful. I mean, literally my favorite jersey of them all is that UCLA jersey. From the time I was a little kid. And then Mark Adams makes a really good point here. He said the most beautiful game I've seen was Chuck Webb's coming out party at UCLA. They had on their blue and gold, and Tennessee had on the road white with those orange pants they used to wear under majors. Mark, I can close my eyes and still picture that game on video seat pay-per-view. Video seat pay-per-view back in the day. You had to drive down to the cable company and get the box. Or if you were like me, you had a D-scrambler. And you, shall we say, borrowed. You borrowed that for 3 hours from the video seat pay-per-view people. So if you want to reach out, I will gladly give you your 3 hours back. But that was, without a doubt, an utterly beautiful uniform. Matt, somebody over here on the YouTube chat has asked a question that I will ask of you. You have a choice. Smoky gray or the Summit Blues. Remember, there was a rumor a few years ago they were going to have a version of the Summit Blues for football. But instead, they just decided to use some blue to accessorize the uniform. Now, I'm not for either one of those because to me, the Summit Blue, Brian, when I look at it, looks like Carolina blue, which I love, but that's not Tennessee's color. But I would take that a million times over smoky gray. If you gave me a choice and said, okay, we're going to wear one of these, and you gave me a choice, that blue uniform's a lot better looking than that. I'm not sure how you would be able to implement Tennessee's logo and all that stuff into that.
I don't want to see that blue on a football or men's basketball. I'd save that for the Lady Vols. That's their color.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just leave it there.
Let me just say this. Matt, do you feel me on that with this? If you gave me a choice, though, I would choose those over those stupid smoky gray things. Those things are just awful looking. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of either.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I like the Summit Blues. It's basically like the secondary color for all Lady Vol sports, and I don't mind that at all.
Not at all.
And they wear that. The basketball team wants to wear like a Summit Blue jersey once or twice a year. All for it. But no, I don't want to see our football team going out there in blue jerseys. I mean, at least the black or gray, at least those are just kind of neutral colors and I just don't want to see Tennessee run out in the field in powder blue jerseys.
I will say that you and Bry both picked excellent uniforms that are just absolutely beautiful. Both of your choices. I've always loved that Carolina blue. Going back to the Amos Lawrence, Kelvin Bryant days, and even back like into the 70s. That's a beautiful uniform. Just a beautiful uniform. Brian, to the phones we go. Let me tell you how much I hate smoky gray. I would rather wear Florida's uniform, their colors. And you talk about some jerseys. I'm not cracking on Walmart. Those things look like they come right off the rack at Walmart. Florida, Matt, has to have the ugliest colors combination of colors in all of sports. Those things are hideous looking.
Yeah.
That blue and that orange does not go together at all.
Yeah, that orange is so bad. I mean, obviously Tennessee has some, and Texas does too. But that Florida orange just is really, really annoying. I'm not sure it goes with anything, but I do think when Florida wore those, I think it was against like A&M maybe 10 years ago. They wore those like gator skin jerseys. Without question, the worst uniforms I've ever seen in any sport on any team. They were the worst uniforms ever.
I don't even know what you would call that Florida orange. I call it annoying orange. It's the worst color anybody's ever put on. I would wear that over smoky gray. Does that kind of help you kind of get where I'm coming from here? Now, here's the thing about when we playing those, I don't even notice them because I don't care. It is what it is. I've made peace with it a long time ago, but we're just talking about our particular taste here. Back to the phones we go. Here's a really great way of looking at it. That Florida orange equals prison orange. That's exactly what it looks like, Matt. I've never thought about that. That looks like prison orange those guys are wearing. That's a really good pull. That's really good. Prison orange. Back to the phones.
Yes.
Hi, you're on the air.
My favorite jersey.
Hey, welcome in.
University of Tennessee ice hockey jersey, because it's so unique. It's just so different, and it's beautiful.
You know what? I agree with that, man. I have seen our hockey jersey is a gorgeous, gorgeous uniform. I agree with that. The one you wore down at Calhoun's last year.
Yeah.
I remember complimenting you on it. That thing's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's great thing about it. Like I was literally like I'll go walking like in the wall, she showed me the Wild hat. I'll go Wild, and they're looking at me like, "You have a University of Tennessee ice hockey team?" He's like, "Yeah." So it's so different, and it's real. I mean, these guys. Every year I go, I buy one jersey, game used jersey, because it's a sports team, and sometimes it's a really beautiful shirt. And it's quality is great. It's also very unique because you don't know. And they use the Davy Crockett logo with instead of having a gun, he has a hockey stick. Then that's embedded in the Tennessee state logo. So it has a lot of it. It has a tradition to it. So it has a little bit of a twist. So that's number one I'd say, and that's all I got, buddy.
I love you, man. You're my man. Thank you, brother. Keep up the great work, too, that you do in our community. 865-200-5402 if you want to get in the hunt and in the mix with us. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Brian, you're second. Let's go second round the world here. We're talking about our favorite uniforms. And listen, I think this Adidas thing is great. I think they've gotten it right. The first 2 days look great. I'm bracing myself. I'm going to reserve. I'm not going to rip the smoky gray the day that they reveal it. I mean, what's the point? But I'm just telling you, it's horrible. No matter what they do with it, it's an awful looking uniform. I
like Indiana's. Now, I wouldn't have said this a year ago, but just noticing Indiana play more, they have a very gorgeous crimson red jersey, and then with the cream white to go with it. I want to go Indiana.
Matt, what do you think of that? That was not my single card that he would say that.
No, I wouldn't have even thought Indiana would be in the discussion at all. So,
but they are pretty. I mean, they are pretty. There's no question they're pretty.
Yeah, it's a really good red. And they kind of keep
really
things simple
pretty
with theirs. They haven't done too much to them. I think they're an Adidas school too. Now, so I don't like the program, but they keep it classic, but they got the unique helmet. I really like Michigan's color scheme.
Oh, so pretty, man. I agree with it. They're not in my top 5, but it's a great uniform. It's a beautiful uniform. My second one is going to be Notre Dame's road uniform is insane. First of all, the helmet is totally iconic. Their baseball team with those gold helmets, those things are so iconic. And then you have their numeral is beautiful with the logo on it. And they're an Under Armour school. But that logo, that road jersey just speaks to me. Iconic. We're important. And Matt, they're another program. I do not believe they've screwed around with their uniforms down through the years. We were talking about that earlier. I believe that's right. They basically kept it. Every once in a while, they'll wear like that, whatever you want to call that green that they have. Every once in a while, they do that. But I think they have. So my two are UCLA and Notre Dame. Maybe I'm partial to gold. I don't know, but they're beautiful uniforms. What do you guys think of Notre Dame's road uni in particular?
I like when Notre Dame has more green.
Love the helmets. Not the biggest fan of the road ones. They do seem kind of plain, but I love the helmets when they glisten in the sun. That's a really, really cool look. I don't think they've changed things hardly at all. They might have done a unique one here or there. I mean, it was like the early 2010s when Adidas kept trying to reinvent the wheel like every year with uniforms, and they had like the basketball jerseys with sleeves for the tournament and and they screwed up like Nebraska and Michigan, and that you wore those like 100-year-old throwbacks that looked awful. I'm glad that they've kind of gotten away from that.
Shout out to Wartburg Fight Club. Has W. Lynn called in yet wanting to go back to tearaway jerseys? Let's go back to the phones. And would W. Lynn like the blue or the gray? That's another thing he's asked. Let's go back to our phones, get our next call in. W. Lynn's breath says Confederate grays. Who's your Vol Ryan? Welcome in.
They go 0-1. I hate to tell you, but okay.
Interesting.
How about Bryce shouting out the Hoosiers? And I wasn't going to say that, but I did not see that coming either. So do you want to just give one? Is that? I'm sorry, I'm late tuning in, but just give one.
We're doing 3. We're going around the horn for our 3. So give us your 3 favorite uniforms. Boy, Billy, who called earlier in the hour, said that his 3 favorites were Farragut Road, Farragut Home, and Farragut Neutral Site. He's an absolute sheep.
That guy's hilarious, man. So obviously the big orange and white, and the powder blue Ole Miss, but that's what everyone says. So we got to throw those in there. But I'm going to throw Bobby Bowden era 1990s, Peter Warwick, Chris Winkie, Florida State Seminoles. Those were awesome uniforms.
I got to now. Do you like the home or the roads?
That on my list.
Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, I think the unique, helmet with the Seminole thing. Yeah. I think it's a good color scheme, and kind of like Tennessee. They've done something really weird with their numbers. It doesn't look right, but like Ryan, brought it up correctly. Those Bobby Bowden, when they were in their dynasty mode, those jerseys were incredible.
and the little bitty reward, which I wish the Vols would do that. If the Vols, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. Don't mess with a great helmet. I like the reward stickers. It's a unique college football, kind of a harkening back to, I know we're not supposed to say things like this, but like wartime scalps and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
What would your all's little reward for the Vols be if we did it?
I got to think about that. Maybe like maybe like a little dog bone, tying it back to Smokey.
Or
of course, that's
coonskin cap.
Or what, Matt?
Coonskin cap.
That's a great idea. Although, yeah, that would look cool. I'll tell you what was a great uniform. Johnny Majors was good at uniforms. That Pittsburgh era Johnny Majors uniform that they've gone back to is
they got some funny stickers.
And they have those stickers on the back. That's you made me think about that. Majors, they used to have them all over you in the back. You could tell who the good players were. The highly decorated guys had like 4 inches of those things coming off their uniforms back there, off their helmets.
Now, too much can be obnoxious, but like a lot of our listeners, I learned about college football with the video game, and you learn about that you get the little reward sticker things, and then you play football and you earn your stripes, so to speak.
Yeah.
So too much is obnoxious, and I hate the Buckeyes with passion. I'm never going to say nice things about them, even though they are great. Sorry, Mark Columba. But the Buckeyes tradition is cool, but it's cooler when other people do it because I don't want to give them credit.
Yeah, they're annoying.
Those would be my 3, though. Yeah. Hey,
who's your all, Ryan? Awesome call. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll say, buddy.
Great call. We come back. Brian will give his third. Matt will give his third. I'll give my third. I want to hear from you. Salty Vol says Danny White wants to do rewards and put sponsor stickers on there. That's pretty good, Matt, right? I mean, that's pretty good pull. So Sasquatch says, let's just make it official and put a pilot sticker on there. A dog paw print would look cool, although that's something that Georgia ought to do. Little power tees. Negadave says little power tees, Matt. That's a good that's a good idea, Matt. Little power tees. Although would that get redundant? I don't know. Somebody said, Matt, the Rifleman logo that one mark we have. I guess you call that a service mark. That Rifleman logo. That's a great one. I'll tell you what. That Pittsburgh Panther thing from the 70s, go back and watch some 70s football. That is my brother would slap the hell out of me if I said this in his presence. Big Penn State guy. That's a gorgeous uniform. Okay? Glorious. Glorious. Gorgeous. As we continue with more on the other side, we're all going to give our third. I want to hear from you. Tennessee's doing their reveal. Go check it out. Give us your thoughts. I love the white uni. It's both sparse and Spartan. That's how I describe it. As we continue with more after this. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contract. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. He doesn't always drink beer, but when he does, he definitely prefers Dos Equis. That's right. The most interesting man in the world has returned, and he's more interesting than ever before. His phone is addicted to him. All of his teeth, all are wisdom teeth. So raise a Dos Equis to the man, the myth, the legend. And remember, stay thirsty, my friends. Dos Equis, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Like our 2026 football Vols, score a T3 TD every time with T3 Vodka, Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. Right here, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Quality around here isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. And T3's filtered 10 times, 80 proof of vodka, delivering a smoothness unmatched. This dedication to excellence has earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades, like a 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka and your SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner as well. Whether you're sipping it neat, on the rocks, mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Be like Maury Hanks. Score a T3 TD. Ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, and score a T3 TD all 2026 long. Tennessee's Premium Vodka, T3, Tennessee's Premium Vodka, distributed by Empire Distributors of Tennessee.
Big news, Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate. Look your best. Get some new Tennessee gear from Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall has the best selection. Top brands for you to choose from this season. Look, it's nice and warm outside, so get into any of their 6 air-conditioned East Tennessee locations. Shop online, download the app, grab your Tennessee baseball jersey, your hat, your decal, maybe a t-shirt, and they have so much more. Earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Go Vols and shop Alumni Hall, your ultimate Tennessee shopping destination. Touch them all with Alumni Hall. Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition, top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got 2 locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
Growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org, and both locations we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
The High Noon line of hard seltzers is always a winner and always next level. High Noon vodka seltzers come in 14 flavors with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added, and it's gluten-free.
Personally, I'm partial black cherry and pineapple.
14 flavors.
That's as many bad takes as I've got in a week.
In the mood for a kick? Try High Noon Vodka Iced Tea in 6 refreshing flavors,
Including peach and lemon, green tea, and half and half.
Feeling adventurous? Check out High Noon Tequila Seltzer in 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, Blood Orange. High Noon Real Vodka, real fruit juice. Live like the sun is always out.
Brought to you by High Noon Spirits Company. Must be 21 and over to enjoy responsibly.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Oh, sorry. Getting in the mood because this Saturday is Christmas in July at Covenant Health Park. But your Knoxville Smokies have great promotions all week long. Like All You Can Eat Wednesday, Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, fireworks on Friday, then yes, the big man himself on Saturday. We end the week with our day game of the week. It's a week full of fun at the ballpark. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com. Smokies!
Oh, we're going to have a high noon overtime today. No question about it. We go back to our high noon hotline. Now joining us up next as we're talking about uniforms. Brian, Matt, and myself have revealed our faves. You know, the one thing I'm appreciating is there are some incredible looks in college football. It's a beautiful game, man. From that, it's aesthetically appealing. And you know what, Matt? It has it over its NFL counterpart because the stadiums that college football is played in are much prettier and much more traditional than these palaces that the NFL's building right now. Can I say that, Matt? Do you agree or disagree with that? It's a prettier game.
Yeah, it just seems like the pro stadiums are all just like cookie cutter and just kind of bland and not really, they just don't have their own kind of soul to them like a lot of college stadiums do, and just a lot of older stadiums and arenas in general.
That's where I'm at. Bri, do you feel that as well?
Yeah, they look different, but games just don't feel the same. And the way, I guess it's just maybe the way that the seating charts are designed and the power, the sight lines and just the acoustics and all that just don't have the same. It seems like they've sort of muted the noise a little bit in pro stadiums.
It's a different aesthetic. Yeah, it's just a totally different aesthetic. Uniform wise and the whole thing.
As Egypt is about to go to the halftime leading Argentina 1-0, Messi just had a penalty kick saved earlier.
Let's go.
Egypt up 1-0.
Do it for Osama Khalil, former star of my Philadelphia Fury back in the day. Shout out Osama Khalil. Or I guess his name would have been Osama Khalil. Let's go back to the phones and we'll get Nathan in here. Nathan, welcome in. You're on the air as we celebrate Tennessee's new uni reveal, which I think is great.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Hey, Nathan.
Well, you kind of took one of mine. I was going to say those pit uniforms are pretty clean, but the other two that I like are Texas's away uniforms, the all whites, and Tulane's.
Man, shout out Tulane. Those are gorgeous. Do you like their home or away?
I like their home. I like the powder blue with the white helmets and white pants. Those green accents.
That Texas uni that you speak of on the road that we're going to see in Neyland Stadium is simply iconic. Now, I don't have it in my top 3, but again, I'm back to this. There are so many awesome uniforms in college football. That's a great uniform. That's a great uniform. What do you guys think, Matt and Bri? What do y'all think of the Texas one that the road uni that he's nominating? Because I think it's prettier than their home uni.
Texas is kind of one of those. It fits under the bland category for me. It always has. the color's not really that pleasing to the eye, and just thrown in with white, it just doesn't look. It looks like something that's generic.
Oh, I disagree with that. Matt, what do you think?
They're kind of simple. They're really, in a lot of ways, very similar to Tennessee's. Just you have the orange and white. It's a different shade, but they kind of keep it pretty plain. I really like the all white for Texas. I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, I probably like their all whites better than their home jerseys.
Yeah, the home jersey to me has always looked a little gaudy, whereas the white, again, kind of like with our road uni, this new design we have, man, there's just something about that. And I wish we would go to orange pants on the road. That would be a bang up look, man. That Johnny Majors early 90s look, man, I look at those. That's one of the prettiest uniforms ever been put on wax, man. On wax. Anything else, Nathan?
Well, no, you got me thinking about the award stickers on the helmet. And
yep,
if Tennessee ever did that, you'd either have to do the Vols logo with the star or just do the state outline all in orange.
Two great ones. Are you for it or against it? Because people are telling me that it's very minor league to do that and ridiculous, and us suggesting it is heresy, and all these haters over here on this on the YouTube. I mean, these people, God, they need to touch some grass or smoke some or something.
For Tennessee, I'm against it, but normally I'm for it. Like I love the Pals Panther paws that they got on their helmets. I think that looks good.
Ooh. Yeah. I've always been I love that. I don't mind it. The thing is, though, you get a great player, like you get this DGG guy and he's all that in a bag of chips. He'll have like 4 inches of those things on his helmet by the time it's over.
Yeah. Well, Tony, if we get him, we can dress him up in pink for all I care.
Pretty great line,
even
man.
Tony thinks
That's exactly.
He looks good in smoky gray.
I wouldn't go that far. Matt.
I'm with you, Tony. I'm gonna draw the line there.
Smoky gray. Look, I'll do a lot. And the worst thing they did with that thing, I hate deception. I hate marketing that's really deception. And when they deceived the fan base and said that we found this cannon buried up in, there was some thing we found in upstate New York or wherever, and we have this new cannon and smoky gray's a thing. My gosh. Hideous. Just hideous.
All right. Well, Tony, I'll hop off here. Enjoying the show.
Thank you, my man. Steve Parker said that DGG, Matt, if he's what he's cracked up to be, will have so many stickers on that it'll serve like a protective shell for him. Hey, Matt, I'll tell you one group that's not going to receive votes. I got an Oregon fan backing up in front of me here at the local Wawa. And that's where we get Brian's soft pretzels. Matt, the Oregon people, they are not going to be appearing on my dance card. Do you feel me, Matt? Because that is an awful, kind of any shade.
I think that their thing is they never wear the same jersey twice. They always have something unique about their jersey. So you can never really pick one. The old ones that they had back in the mid 90s, with that green is much better than the darker green they kind of went to there in the chip.
Shout out to William Patterson. William Patterson always has something new for you. Always something new.
WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
It's high.
Yeah, Oregon can pretty much. Oregon can suck it.
The place where we kick back, pop a top, and really get to the bottom of it. Presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added and it's gluten-free. Live like the sun is always out. And now, it's time for High Noon Overtime.
You want some great news? Big 12 Media Day is here, ladies and gentlemen. They're having the first day of media days for Big 12. The SEC's is in a couple weeks, but college football is close. You can feel it. Or if you want to stay in the World Cup vein, it's closer. Brian, do you remember closer? Because it's getting closer. Yep. Closer. Fired up, focused, and prepared. Pumped to be here with you. Stacked, jacked, and packed. We're going to go back to our phones. We're talking about our 3 favorite uniforms. Brian and myself have given 2 each, along with Matt Diskin. Tennessee's uniform reveal has gone splendidly. I love the white today. The one change I'd make is I'd have a look with orange pants, but I got to say, it's a beautiful look. It's a beautiful uni, and I'm in like Flint on the look. I'm loving every minute of it. I give Adidas a lot of credit for what they've done with the rollout. The rollout is great. It's going splendidly as far as I'm concerned. We're going to go back to the phones at 865-200-5402. I do want to remind you that you are listening to High Noon Overtime, always a winner. 14 flavors, the vodka seltzer, real vodka, real fruit juice, 100 calories, no sugar added, gluten-free. And if you're feeling adventurous, check out High Noon Tequila Seltzer, 6 refreshing flavors. And High Noon, the bottom line is this. They're going to take great care of you. It's awesome. It's great stuff. It's High Noon somewhere. And so let's, without further ado, enjoy a High Noon Overtime. Pop a top, and here we go. Let's bring in Josh, who's up next with us. Josh, welcome in.
What's up, guys? How are we doing today?
Hey, Josh. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you, Tony. Long time no talk to you. So I'm going to start off with my first college football favorite uniform, Tennessee's dark mode blacks. Under the lights at night, nothing unlike it. Those things are very beautiful.
Matt, are you a dark mode guy?
They've grown on me. And I just like the time that you use it for a night game. You get the theatrics with the light show and things. It all kind of goes together, and it's been growing on me here in recent years. I think it works really well for night games.
Yeah, I like that. I like Lane Kiffin's first dark mode uniform when we came out and looked like Halloween pumpkins. Those things were cool. They were so hideous that they were cool, Josh. I thought.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Second one, I'm going to go with LSU's purples. I just think those are very, very beautiful. And third and final one, Notre Dame doesn't wear them a lot, like you were saying, Tony, but they're green unis they wear.
All 3 very good. Of the ones Josh has brought up, guys, which one's your favorite out of Josh's 3, Bri?
I'll go with the dark mode.
Yep.
Yeah, they're very menacing
Dark
looking.
mode.
I think that old font looked actually menacing on the dark modes, but it didn't look menacing it didn't really look like a football uniform on the other ones.
Smoky gray is literally, Josh, I don't know if I'd wipe my rear end on them.
I'd throw it in a dumpster the last few ones they've been rolling out.
Yeah. They belong in a landfill somewhere in Bangladesh. No offense to them.
Yep. Let me propose a question to you guys. In football, who gets back to a national championship first, Tennessee or Nebraska?
Nebraska will never get back, if that means anything to you. So I'm going to go with the Vols. Matt, your thoughts?
Tennessee certainly set up to get there a lot sooner than Nebraska is. A lot closer. Nebraska's got a long ways to go. Tennessee's at least kind of sniffed the periphery of playoff games and championships in recent years.
You know, my thing with Nebraska, when they went wrong, they fired a coach who won 10 games, and they weren't happy with him winning 10 games. That would be Bo Pelini.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Frank Solich.
They fired two coaches that were actually pretty good.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of feels they don't. It kind of feels like they don't want to win.
I'm more partial to faux Pelini than Bo Pelini, but I know what you're saying.
Well, that fan base sure wants to win. That fan base is.
Oh yeah, they're the most passionate fan base in college football.
They're just in such a tough spot because geographically they can't recruit well at all. They have to recruit nationally, and everybody recruits nationally now, so that's no longer an advantage that in Nebraska, Notre Dame, and even Tennessee had back in the mid '90s and before. Where only just a select few teams had the ability to recruit nationally. Nebraska just, they just don't have a pool of players to pull from, and they're just lost in that league too. They don't have any rivalries. Unfortunately they're just another Power 4 program now, and it's a shame for that fan base.
It sucks, yeah, for sure. Tony, out the door. Since USA got eliminated by Belgium, I'm going to be pulling for Erling Haaland in Norway. Go Norway.
Go! I love that guy. Haaland. That guy's a badass. Looks like he was... Hey, Matt, that dude looks like he was built in a laboratory, doesn't he? That guy'd be a hell of a tight end, Matt.
Yeah,
for somebody.
Looks like a linebacker or a tight end, yeah.
Woo!
Bigger than everybody else on the field.
He's a big human being. I'm talking big. And he's cool, too. He's fun. He's funny. And a lot of people don't like him because he doesn't like, hustle. Hey, Brian, if a guy can put the biscuit in the basket like him, does he have to run around like his hair's on fire?
Well,
or is he allowed to snowbird some?
He just has to be great for about 20 seconds a game when he puts it in the net. He doesn't do much the other 89 minutes.
Yep, that sounds like Laura on our honeymoon. So Miroslav Klose, who I was talking about, Klose. Because, darling, if you want me to be closer to you, get closer to me, I'm going to take you under wing here, Bri. Was a great German striker back in the day. He had 100 international appearances. He was a star-studded stallion when Germany won the 2010 World Cup.
I think that was 06. And they won in 06 and 14.
06. I'm sorry. Yeah, 06. I think you might be. Yeah, he took home the Golden Boot in 06.
2014. When
this guy had some iconic goals, including an equalizer against Argentina in the 80th minute, which will never be forgotten by this living fan. A great Argentina side, which had Batistuta back in the day in the 2006 World Cup. But Klose took home the FIFA Golden Boot. Bri, who's going to get the Golden Boot this time around? And how's Messi doing? Or is Argentina making another Messi today?
Well, they're down 1-0. The second half's about to start. So you've got Haviland up there, and you've got Messi. And if Messi goes out today, I mean, that probably hurts his chances. But Mbappe, I'll say Mbappe.
Back to the phones we go. 865-200-5402. Let's get our next call in. W or Lynn, welcome in.
How my French compatriots doing today?
W or Lynn, how we doing?
Doing great. I do love the tearaway jerseys. They used to have a box of about 20 of them, I think, for Conrad Holloway on the sidelines at all times.
Wow.
I loved them. Neyland
the tearaways,
by the way. You know.
Who did?
General Neyland.
Oh, I thought you said England invented them. I was got World Cup fever over here.
No. Now, let me tell you something about the history of Summit Blue. Here's a history lesson. Ray Mears had that light blue trim on his jerseys. If you don't believe me, pull up the cover of the Ernie Burney show on Sports Illustrated in 1977, I believe it was. He suggested to Pat Summit that she use that light blue with the orange and kind of make that a Lady Vol color. Did you know that, Tony?
Yes, I did, but you reminded me of it, and that's a great pull by you. Yep. Because if you go back and look at the Mears era jerseys, Alex has a Bernard King jersey that has that hint of light blue on it, and it's beautiful.
Right. So I love calling it Summit Blue, but we need to remember Ray Mears was a big part of that, and him and Pat Summit had a wonderful relationship when she was trying to get started. And I think that's important. People know that too.
Which is really amazing because she faced a lot of resistance. If you look at the story of the Lady Vols, I mean, in the early days, she was driving the bus. She was doing the laundry, all those things. And Ray Mears was extremely accommodating and encouraging toward her. That's correct.
And I'll say we were in Stokely one time in the mid-'70s, and we were just playing kind of pickup basketball at one end, and they were having their official practice at the other. And she asked us if we wanted to scrimmage full court for a while. That's
and did you, W. Lynn?
What now?
What year would that have been?
It was around 77, 78.
W. Lynn, you started the trend of male practice players. You might have been the first original one.
Well, and then I actually dated one of the Lady Vols for a couple of months. So, and we were going to games. My fraternity, we'd go over there with 50 people and get behind the opposing bench when there was only 300 people there. And
all right, W. Lynn, come clean. I want the information. Who was the woman you dated?
I'm not going to reveal that. I'm not I saw her at an alumni game in the mid-'90s with her husband and 2 kids.
Was she hot?
Yes.
She was good looking.
Yes, she was good looking.
How about in the 90s?
Yeah, she was still good looking. Yeah. Still good looking.
Who knew?
But,
hey, Matt, talk about things I didn't think were coming on my Cinco card. W. Lynn dating a Lady Vol. I didn't think it would be on my Cinco card today, Matt. How about you?
No, that's a story we haven't heard before. It's interesting.
The bad thing is during the alumni game, we were sitting there after the Lady Vols had beaten somebody. I made the mistake of saying something to my 7-year-old daughter about it. And that wasn't a good idea because on the other side of her was my wife. And I kind of had forgotten. My 7-year-old daughter looked at the Lady Vols, like the way I looked at Kurt Watson, the Swamp Rat, Bobby. And so she just started going nuts, like, you dated a Lady Vol?
Oh, no.
I got the glare from my wife, and I said, "Boy, I just put this big old foot in my mouth." Like Andy
W. Lynn, I
did.
call that the stink eye. And
Yeah.
I got it from Laura last night on FaceTime. Go.
Hey, we need that we need that every now and again, Laura. You keep that up. But let's go on to the uniforms.
Yeah.
Of course, my favorite of all time, you've already discussed, is the Coach John Major's orange and then the white uniforms with the orange pants. That's, my 2 favorites. But my next favorite, who was always my second favorite team as long as it didn't affect Tennessee any and we weren't playing them, was the LSU white. I love the fact that they chose to wear white at home. And I just love their white uniforms. And the rule actually is the home team can choose to wear dark or white. That's what the rule is now. So we could go out there and say we wanted to wear white at home, but very few teams do that.
By the way, W. Lindor, in your call, Brian Thomas wants to mention that it's Bobby Major's 77th birthday today.
Well, happy birthday
to Bobby Majors, who does a lot of great things in the Chattanooga community for a lot of people very quietly. So happy birthday to Bobby Majors today.
Well, thank you, Brian, for bringing that to my attention. I've met Bobby just a couple of times at the golf tournament Coach had, but that's good to know. But my next uniforms, and this goes old school back. I followed a team west of the Mississippi starting about 1970, the Arizona State Sun Devils. And I followed it when Danny White was there. I followed it when they went 12-0 and beat Nebraska and should have been national champs. And I just love that gold and kind of maroon color they had. Now, they've messed with it some now. They have all kind of different uniforms. But if you look at that old ASU uniform, the Sun Devils, either the dark or the white was beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen that, Tony.
I absolutely love the uniform you're talking about. Matt, I love Arizona State's uniform. It's not on my list, again, my top 3, but it's an excellent uniform, Matt. That's a great pull by W. Lynn.
Yeah, it is. It's unique, good color scheme. They make it work. They've used a bunch of alternates here over the years, and I think just about all of them look pretty good. So yeah, Arizona State's a really good pull.
Great pull, W.
And
Lynn.
I met a bunch of Arizona State fans when they came up here. The famous Todd Helton home run on the scoreboard that sent us into extra innings, and they were the nicest people. And this is like 1995, and I was asking about how their university was going to survive with all the pro teams moving to Phoenix, and they said it was killing them.
Laura wants to know what year that you dated a Lady Vol player.
1978, spring of 78.
All right.
So now somebody's going to look at the team picture, I guess.
No. Somebody's going to pull up the roster.
She wasn't a
Brian
star.
Hartman.
She wasn't
That's
a star.
good. Now, I'm glad to know that. Now we narrow it down a little further. Brian Hartman, we've got to pull up the Lady Vol roster. We've got to do a poll on who it is. I'm getting to the bottom of that, W. Lynn, once and for all. You will share that with us at some point, W. Lynn. And thank you, my friend. Good talking to you. By the way, I want to shout out the Smokies. Thank you, brother. Yeah. I want to shout out the Smokies, who tonight host two VFLs, as both Blake Burke and Andrew Fisher on the Biloxi Shuckers have been absolutely going off, Matt Diskin. Were you aware of that? These guys are going nuts right now.
Yeah, they won the first half league title. Fisher just got caught up. I think he's got like over 20 home runs in the minors this year. Blake Burke's been dominating. So yeah, you got those two back in Knoxville, and they also have the top prospect in all of baseball, Jesus Mate, who plays shortstop for them. So that's 3 reasons to go. I think they play 6 games against them starting tonight. So I'm certainly going over there at least once.
I'm for it, not against it, and certainly not against it, but for it in that order. Absolutely going off. So the last 13 games, that Shuckers team has hit 27 home runs, 28 home runs this season for third baseman Andrew Fisher, too shy of the first 30 home run season by a Milwaukee minor league player since 2001. Blake Burke on Sunday had 7 ribbies. 7 in one game. A career high for him in any professional or college game. And as Matt said, Jesus Mata is thought to be the number 1 player in their system and in all of baseball. The number 10 player in their system is Andrew Fisher. Blake Burke is the number 15 player in their system. They've got the number 6 player in their system, the number 13 player in their system, the number 21 player in their system, and the number 29 system in their player. But Adam Awiski, however you say this guy's name, I call him Josh A. He's the number 6 player in their system, number 78 in baseball. But Blake Burke has been going off as of recent. Let's go back to the phones. Burke is 1 home run and 3 stolen bases away from his third 2020 season with the Shuckers. So hopefully he gets an opportunity because he's really had a nice run in Double-A. Let's go back to the phones and get our next call in. Hello and welcome in to Lee. You're on the air.
Good for those guys, man. Very good system.
Yeah, man.
First, yeah. Like, I feel sorry for Christian Morgan stuck in that Angels organization and has no idea what they're doing developing guys.
You know, it's interesting. The Angels have tried. They've spent a lot of money. They've drafted great players, and it's like going to the Sacramento Kings, man. You just kiss those guys goodbye and wish them well.
Well, they try to develop their highly touted prospects in MLB, and that's a really difficult thing to do. Like, they don't really have a clue what they're doing. So it's like you're rushing those guys up there and trying to develop them while they're facing major league pitching. It's really difficult. But anyway, hey, real quick, big shout out to you and men's national team. They're doing their best upside down armadillo on the side of I-40 imitation last night. That was pretty awesome.
That was I'm not even sure what that was. It looked like they weren't trying in the first 12 minutes on defense. They're lucky it wasn't 3-0 the way they started that game, Lee.
Somebody told me that it reminded them of the Tennessee-Houston Elite Eight game a few years ago, where it was basically over 5 minutes in.
Egypt just put another one in. It's 2-0.
Wow, Egypt's up 2-0. Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, just a few uniforms real quick. Tulane I think Tulane is the best uniform. That thing is ridiculously good with the green and the blue and like the Kool-Aid wave man. Like I love that thing. I think.
And here's a great question, Lee. Hey, Lee, in what planet does green and blue go together? On that uniform, it goes together. It looks awesome on that uniform, man.
It doesn't go together, but it looks great for whatever reason. I think that's my favorite. But a couple other good ones, I think, like SMU's like blue uniforms, like the white helmets and the red, like pony is really good too. It's pretty simple, but I think it's really cool. And I think San Diego State has always had like mean ass looking uniforms, like the Aztec stuff. I think their uniforms are always really cool too. But the ones I really want to mention, like whoever's designing like the Army Navy uniforms for that game at the end of the year, for like the last 5 years, those things have been spectacular.
Totally agree with that. What a great stick, man. The helmets have been spectacular. The just every little detail on those Army Navy uniforms have been wonderful, man. Such a great call by you. Matt and Brian, we've commented in real time on here about how great those uniforms are in that game. Yes, you're right, man.
Yeah, every year I watch it, I'm like, man, these are incredible. I like to have a collection of those things just to have them. I mean, the helmets, the jerseys, they're all. whoever's designing them needs massive pay raise. I don't know if it's probably not somebody in the government, but yeah.
Phantom foul against Egypt that takes away the goal, way behind the play. They went way back into the field.
And Lee, you don't think FIFA would do something like that, do you? Keeping Argentina alive?
No, they don't want. I'm sure they could care less if Lionel Messi advances in this tournament.
I mean, it's so great. It's just like, I think that adds to the intrigue of the World Cup, though, the professional wrestling of it all, because everybody that follows FIFA and follows the game knows that's who they are and knows that's what they do. And it's just, it's more endearing almost that it's borderline fixed.
I mean, yeah, you talked about like adding time and how it, it makes people think it might be manipulated. Like that's like a regular conversation in like EPL whenever somebody scores a late goal and added time, like it's just part of it, Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I'm still going to watch this thing because I think it's pretty entertaining, but yeah, they're going to try to keep Argentina in this thing. They would not be happy if they go home to Egypt. That's for sure.
What was the win probability for Argentina today? Like, what are the odds in that game?
Oh, they were like -3. They're like -375 on the 90-minute line, which implies like 92% chance they win in 90 minutes. So yeah, not looking very good for them. But here's the thing, man. Argentina, like Cape Verde, like was putting goal after goal in on them, and they gave up a goal to Jordan. Gave up a couple of goals to them. So I mean, maybe they're not as good as people really think. I don't know. I'm just glad we weren't playing them last night, or we would have got. Yeah, that thing would have been like 6-0 at halftime. Like if we were playing a legit team last night, that would have been awful.
Well, that's a really good call, and I'll tell you this: that Belgian bunch, they came out like their damn hair was on fire, and we were standing around last night. That was an embarrassing effort for the United States of America last night in that sport. Embarrassing.
That's just, everything was pointing towards it being a coin flip game, and it was anything but. I mean, that was a demolition,
Total destruction, yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I was excited to watch it, but it doesn't bother me like if like Tennessee were to lose to Florida, then I'm really pissed. At the end of the day, it doesn't bother me, but it would have been nice to show up and like at least give an effort. But hey, anyway, I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Lee. Speaking of Jordan, he talked about Jordan. My third one, guys, is a Jordan brand, and it's Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma's home uniform. I don't know why in recent years they've played around with their helmet. That really aggravates me. Matt, that uniform when they're at home, that iconic orange, the red rather, and the way it's so deep and it's got like reflection to it, and it's just an awesome look, man. Oklahoma's red helmet, but they're red on red when they're wearing that home jersey, man, that thing is damn strong. And I'm not an Oklahoma fan in any form or fashion, but I've always watched them when that helmet's on television or when that uniform, that home helmet is so great, man.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Oklahoma?
Another good pull. Keep it classic, keep it simple, and it works, and it works over time. So yeah, it's kind of like Texas, and I guess like Tennessee. If keep it simple, let your colors and kind of do show it off, and yeah, it works really well.
But Matt, when they've done that thing that they've done in recent past, where they fool around with their damn helmet, that pisses me off, man. You want to wear like you want to wear a different uniform, okay? Why would you ever mess around with Oklahoma's helmet? Ever? And if a color combination calls for you to mess around with that helmet, you don't do the color combination. I'm sorry. That helmet to me is college football. That thing is incredible. It's kind of like our helmet is so iconic. I don't know. Again, I'm back to that smoky gray thing. But anyway, Brian, Matt, give me your third, and Brian, give me your third, and let's get out of here on our high noon overtime.
Yeah, I think all of mine have been mentioned at some point. I had, LSU, Michigan. I had those throwback pit wins that they've gone back to on mine, and Lee just used one of mine that I think that the SMUs are really good too. I think it's a throwback to their 80s uniforms with the Pony Express, but anytime you can have red, white, and blue, that's a great combo to have for uniforms. It gives you a lot of possibilities, and SMU pulls it off pretty well.
All right. Brian Hartman?
I want to go with North Dakota State's green and gold, and Oregon makes green and gold and yellow kind of go good together. I like something of either one of those two. And North Dakota State's joining the FBS ranks this year, so you can see them a lot more.
I got to say, Bri, that Oregon State's uni coming up. Oregon's uni coming up on here it wasn't on my Cinco card, but I'll go there with you.
Oregon and Indiana.
By the way, and I appreciate you. Great job, guys. That was awesome. You had Oregon, Indiana. Bri, what was your third?
North Carolina.
Oh.
And it's still 1-0 Egypt as they're on the attack.
How much time, Bri?
We're about to have the second half hydration break, and there's a I think that's going to count. Egypt just scored again.
Roustabout 377 said he was looking at the roster, Matt, from 1978, and he's going to rule out Holly Warlick and W. Lynn. Are you for that or against that?
That's probably a good assumption.
All right.
Yeah, W. Lynn gave a few too many context clues in his that they'll be able to narrow that down pretty well.
That leaves Sherry Fancher from Newport, Tennessee. Is she kin to Houston Fancher? Susie Davis of Howard, Tennessee. Holly, we've eliminated. Lisa McGill from Gatlinburg. Zandra Montgomery. Do you think, because W. Lynn's brought up Carl Zander on here before from the Sugar Vols. Do you believe that Zandra Montgomery is a possibility? Geraldine Harper, is she a possibility? Cindy Noble of Clarksburg, Ohio, probably not. She's from north of the Mason-Dixon line. Susan Clower, any relation to Jerry Clower? She's from
W.
Kingston,
Lynn's
Tennessee.
wife was from north of the Mason-Dixon line, so.
Kathy O'Neill from Newport, Tennessee. Cindy Brogdon from Beaufort, Georgia. Now, this is a possibility. Debbie Groover. W. Lynn seems like a Groover kind of guy, and she's a sophomore on the team. And then there's Cindy Eli from Canton, Georgia. One of those used to be W. Lynn's lover. Damn. I thought you were my lover. Now, what was that song? Damn, I could be your lover. What was that song? What is wrong with me? Diskin, in your humble opinion, is this show run by simpletons?
Absolutely it is. Absolutely. Which is why we love it.
And I want to shout out Julie Herman's Roast Beef because that's a great nickname. And I want to shout out Titans Bill for sharing that footlong all those years ago over at the University of Tennessee. Little did we know that when those two met and when fate met Bill's taste buds, that it would lead to an iconic staple of this program. Julie Herman's Roast Beef. All other roast beefs will be judged by Julie Herman's Roast Beef throughout time. Thank you to Brian. Thank you to Matt. Tamara Cinco's in the house. We will move the DGG story forward tomorrow. Maybe something will happen. Maybe another family member will leak. I'm afraid we're going to need the pens for that. But here we go. Thank you. Much love. There are going to be so many leaks in that thing before it's over. We're going to need Fix-A-Flat. Brian, do they still have Fix-A-Flat? Do you know?
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
So,
love you. Peace.
Yeah, still have it.
Still have it. Thank you, Matt. Love you. Peace. GBO. Thank you to High Noon. Peace.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
TB and you, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great day to be alive and well with you on a Monday. Rice. And I do mean Rice fans. As America's 250 has come and gone, I will ask the age-old question that we get to when we get to the month of July, which is, are you ready for this? What the hell are we going to talk about today? I mean, what are we going to do today? What are we going to do? What are we going to do today? I'm asking the age-old question. What are we going to do? But here we are. We're live with you on a Monday. My world trip continues. Brian Hartman, in your humble opinion, and I want your humble opinion, because the Darwin holiday has come and gone. Some of the videos that have come out, I'm getting ready to tweet my favorite. Some of the videos out from the Darwin holiday where, I don't know. Bino, have you ever thought, and I don't want to offend any listeners listening to us, okay? But these grown-ups that play with fireworks and get burned, have you ever thought that it's like an IQ test of sorts by nature? Has that thought ever occurred to you, Bino? I don't mean to offend anybody. Early in our Monday show, we're like a minute into it. You ever thought that, Bino?
Well, Tony, it's probably they're probably not real quick learners because it likely happened before that and didn't deter them. So,
I mean, the one I'm getting ready to post is over at TonyBasilio.com. I don't even know what to say. I mean, all-time favorite. This is my all-time fave. What state did this happen in is my question. Bino, when you see this, you saw it, right? I sent it to you guys last night. That
yes, I did.
Is that guy? First of all, he looks like he's a little older than me. He's like mid-60ish. He looks like he ought to know better. He literally almost lit his house on fire. I was just talking with a friend. He said, yeah, friend of mine, there's somebody in the neighborhood people don't like. This is a few states away. He said somebody, these people go all out on July 4, even though the neighbors don't really like them. And he said that